The way you use the internet could be changing. The federal government today made a big decision to roll back Obama-era rules. Who benefits and who loses? KCAL 9 political reporter Bryan joins us now to sort all this out. A lot of people are confused about what's going on here.
Absolutely. It's a very confusing subject, but the reality is it will affect everyone, all of us. We all use the internet. Today's decision could impact everyone who uses the internet. In other words, essentially everyone in the country. The vote today climaxed a very bitter debate about the future of the internet in America, and critics who defended the status quo, that's net neutrality, say the outcome could mean that internet service providers can now play favorites and slow down or even lock out a website you might like.
On advice of security, we need to take a brief recess.
The Federal Communications Commission meeting on internet rules was interrupted, and the room was cleared and searched by police officers with bomb squad dogs. But when the meeting resumed, the FCC Commission, on a 3-2 party line vote, decided to roll back net neutrality rules, which guarantee equal access to the internet.
The chair votes aye. The item is adopted.
The neutrality rules, which the Commission voted to drop, were adopted in 2015, and they prohibited internet service providers from prioritizing online content. In other words, it barred the internet companies from favoring some websites over others. Think of internet websites being passengers waiting in line at the airport. There's the main line, which is free but a long wait. There's the TSA pre-line, which comes with a fee but is shorter and more convenient. And at some airports now, there's even another more expensive option called Clear, where there's no line and an agent walks you over to be screened right away. The FCC says net neutrality has turned the internet into an airport where there's only one long line for everyone, so everyone waits. Inefficient and chaotic, they say. Without net neutrality, internet service providers like Comcast, Verizon, and AT&T stand to gain the most by charging more and offering less. And the providers can choose winners and losers among internet content providers. By speeding up access for some sites and slowing down access to others, or blocking some sites entirely, and charging some websites more than others, which critics charge would raise prices for consumers. Internet service providers argue that having the government micromanaging their business through net neutrality is not good for them or for consumers. This week, the chairman of the FCC ridiculed net neutrality supporters in a video called 10 Things You Can Still Do After Net Neutrality Goes Away.
You can still post photos of cute animals, like puppies.
But network content providers like Facebook, Google, Netflix, and the White House, until recently, argued the internet is a public good and should be regulated like one. And they charged that without net neutrality, the big corporate service providers could play favorites so that all websites wouldn't be treated equally. In the FCC, that debate played out before the vote, with net neutrality critics charging it has hindered progress.
Investment in high-speed networks has declined by billions of dollars.
The two Democrats on the commission voted against the proposal to abolish net neutrality.
The agency that is supposed to protect you is actually abandoning you.
But the fight may not end here. The Attorney General of New York State announcing he will carry the fight to court.
My office will sue to stop the FCC's illegal rollback of net neutrality. We will be filing a claim to preserve protections for New Yorkers and all Americans.
The New York Attorney General added that his office investigated a flood of fake comments to the FCC designed to make it look like most Americans strongly opposed net neutrality, that public opinion overwhelmingly supported the FCC action.
We've now found at least 2 million fake comments that use the stolen identities of people across the country.
Hollywood producer David C. Fine, a strong supporter of net neutrality, says he's one of them, and he was stunned to find a fake comment in his name urging the FCC to get rid of net neutrality.
I was very upset because it's someone lying and using me to lie and trying to take away our freedom. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy.
Now, here in California, a state senator, Scott Wiener from San Francisco, announced today that he will work on a bill that would require net neutrality in California. Wiener is a Democrat. He posted today on Medium that he plans on officially introducing such a bill early next year. Wiener wrote that the state of California can regulate business practices to require debt neutrality. So there's a lot of debate still to go here, Lena.
So does that mean it'll be a while before we actually see the changes?
Well, the changes now are scheduled to go into effect after today's vote in a few months. There's no particular date set at this moment. But if this winds up going to court, certainly they could try to get a court order to sort of freeze things, until there's some decision made in the legal system.
Sure. There's going to be still much
It
debate.
could be a
even
long
after this
time.
vote.
It's
Sure.
hard to say right now.
Yeah.
But,
All right, Dave.
yeah.
Thank you.